So that means it is preview time on the Rocker Skating Podcast. It is, oh boy, second Grand Prix Cup of China. Are you ready, Michelle?
I'm not quite ready.
Are we? No, we're not quite
Let's
ready.
go.
Nobody is ready, and we're gonna keep chugging along because
Mhm.
I don't think we're gonna be ready for any competition this season. They're just like hitting us in the face so fast. Um, and I'm sure the fans are feeling it too. There's a certain kind of excitement about all these competitions hitting us in the face so quickly, but also like give us a break.
Mhm. We're going to be in St. Louis in like 5 minutes.
Like
Just blink and
God,
we're there.
I'll be like Nika Gatse being like, this is the worst decision I've ever made in my life.
Going to Missouri
Yeah,
the second week of January.
especially after, fingers crossed, I will have been at Japan Nationals by then.
Yes.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
That's my excited noise. All right. Hi everyone. We're gonna start with some previews. Well, we're gonna do some previews. And we're gonna start with the men because Michelle and I are just throwing up our hands on this
Mhm.
one. If you think last week was a Menning extravaganza, I think this week is gonna be even worse. Better, worse. I don't know. Like, which one is it? I am working on the Menning Index, by the way, Michelle.
Yeah.
I want to debut the Menning Index this season at some
Let's
point
go.
because it's very important. Um, so lots of interesting things going on here, right? Let's start with the two who I think we both probably think are favored to medal, if not go 1-2, or maybe Michelle. No, like in my mind, Shidorov and Shinsato are are the two who are most like on paper and general feelings feel like they are going to be somewhere in the 1-2-3.
I would agree with that. I'm very reluctant to make any predictions about Shun Sato because I feel like the Japanese men so far in the Grand Prix are so unbelievably jinxed. And I just want him to skate well and have a nice first event this season. But yeah, Shun Sato is one of my favorite skaters. I can't wait to see his programs again, see him compete. And I just hope he is not skating like his teammates did last week.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Shun is he had some kind of injury, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's having an injury earlier
Mm-hmm.
this season, and he watered down some of his programs. He had issues. I think the injury made his Lutz kind of a little bit tougher, and like he
Mm-hmm.
was debating whether or not to do the quad Lutz and all of that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. And he hit a couple good ones
Mm-hmm.
earlier in the season. So hopefully that it's been a couple more weeks since his last event, and that's going to be helpful. I think Shidorov is sort of like the Ilya Malinin of this competition,
Yeah.
where for the most part, I think we're going to see something consistent from him.
He's going to be the lid first, and then it's
Right,
just going to be popcorn underneath.
popcorn, so much popcorn. Um, and I think for me the most intriguing thing about Shidorov is whether and how much his programs have improved since the first time we
Mm-hmm.
saw it. Because
Mm-hmm.
this happened last season, where the first time he did those programs, we were like,
Mm-hmm.
they're not really ready yet. And then
Yeah.
as the Grand Prix went on, it's like, okay, yeah, these are good. Like Take on Me, Dune, like all of that. Like
Yeah.
they just felt so good toward the end. Those two programs. So
We'll see.
we'll see.
I'm interested to see them again. Yeah.
We will see. So that's maybe the top two or something in the podium range.
Three of my favorite skaters are here, though. I'm excited for this men's event. I don't know if any of them will be on the podium, but I'm very excited to see them.
It, I'm gonna take a guess. Jenan Cha.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Heart.
like how can you not?
Juna Bauer forever.
Yeah. Oh my God, who? Like
I'm
three.
not being totally serious when I say favorite skaters. Like favorites,
V-
like I love them, but I
Vladimir
also am like, oh
Livintsev.
yes, number one. That's my guy. I can't wait.
Okay, so
Bring it
that's
on.
I got two,
Uh,
and then is the last one a serious one? That's my question.
Halfway. I mean, when he
Halfway
skates well,
serious. I
he's
mean
one of my
Sota,
faves.
Sota,
No,
no.
no.
Dennis,
Mm-mm,
no.
mm-mm,
Bo Yang,
mm-mm.
Jacob Sanchez, Die Way Die.
No.
Oh my
Die Way
God,
Die. Die Way Die. I'm a Die Way Die girly. I love
a
him.
a Die Way Die Hard.
Yeah. That's so good. Die Way Die Hard. Yeah. He's a beautiful skater. He trains with the same coach that coached Han Yan, who is also one of my favorite skaters. And I just love his flow, the way he moves across the ice. I just love his musicality. I'm a
Yeah,
big fan. I want to see him skate well here
yeah.
and get the Olympic spot.
Oh, totally. I mean, okay. So let's zoom out. Olympic
Hmm.
spots. This is very important because it
Hmm.
applies to all four disciplines for the Chinese skaters.
Hmm.
Cup of China is the start of the Olympic qualifying competitions for China. And they have one spot in each discipline. And what they're going to do is take the total scores from Cup of China and then Chinese nationals in a couple of months, in a few weeks,
Hmm.
and add those up. And the ones who have the highest scores will get to the Olympics. So this is very greatly important for these
Hmm.
skaters to be doing well here. And so let's actually talk about the Chinese guys. We
Hmm.
have Dai Wei, we have Bo Yang, uh, the stalwart Bo Yang, and we haven't seen him since last year's Cup of China. And Jiming Peng, who like he's the least internationally experienced of all of them.
Hmm.
And it's those three fighting for the Olympic spots. I mean, basically, the whoever China put in Cup of China are the ones who
Hmm.
they have basically chosen as the ones who will battle to the not
Hmm.
to the death, but
They're
battle
the
like
candidates.
lip sync for their lives.
Yes, they will be.
Yeah, yeah, for the Olympics.
Hmm.
So I think that's where we are. What are your thoughts on those three?
Okay. I've said how much I love Dai Wei Dai. I'm a big fan of his musicality and his skating. I'm excited to see him compete this season. I don't think we've seen him other than being in the audience at the Olympic qualification event. Boyoung Jin, man, I can't believe let the poor man retire. I don't know if he wants to keep skating, but I
I feel
feel
like he
like it's been
does.
cycles and cycles, and this is like Hao Zhang. Like, do you want to be here? And I'm sorry for him that he's no longer with Tracy and Brian. I feel like that wasn't necessarily his decision, but that was announced a couple weeks ago that he's not training with them anymore. He's back in China. And we haven't seen him compete this year. We didn't see him most of last season because of the back injury. So
Yeah,
I'm surprised. I'm interested to see what condition he's in. I'm surprised that he's on this entry list and he's on the Grand Prix, but
it
I
is.
just making it run at another Olympics.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree. I mean, I think it is one of
mhm,
those things where Bo Young was probably like, okay, well, got one more season. Let's just do
mhm,
this because
mhm,
he's stuck around for this long.
mhm,
But I agree with you. It's sort of like, what has his preparation been like?
mhm,
We don't know, and I guess we will see.
mhm.
Um,
Lots of Tylenol.
yeah, I mean, he's
Mhm,
had so many injuries,
mhm,
and we've seen some glimpses of good stuff from him over the past four
mhm,
years, but they've just been glimpses. Like he has not been
mhm,
able to string multiple things together well. If this is his farewell tour, then I mean, great. He's been a
mhm,
multiple time world medalist, and you know, in a lot of ways, was part of the revolutionizing of the
mhm,
sport in the mid 2010s.
mhm,
And I think he's had a great career, and let's hope he can do the best he can here, and let the chips fall where they will, I guess.
mhm.
But I agree with you. I think Dai Wei is the favorite out of those three,
I
and
I
Yeah,
remember being kind of impressed with Jiming Peng at Four Continents last year. I feel like he could also do something here.
I do think the relative lack of experience internationally
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that this is a pressure cooker competition at
Mm-hmm.
home that could swing things. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see. Um, but I think Daiwei, if he can pull out like a 30, 40 point lead in this competition, which
Mm-hmm.
he's very capable of, I think that 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 punches half of the ticket,
Mm-hmm.
like more than half of the ticket for the
Mm-hmm.
Olympics. So we'll see where he ends up, where all three of them end up. Speaking of more Olympic things, Jacob Sanchez, Tomoki
Mm-hmm.
Hiwatashi, two skaters who are in that mix for the third spot. And when I say the third spot, I am assuming that Ilya and Jason are fairly, I mean, Ilya's a lock. Um, I'm assuming that Jason is fairly close to being a lock. And so
Mm-hmm.
we're always kind of thinking like, who's the third?
Mm-hmm.
You never know what's going to happen, but that's where directionally where it's going right now. So, you know, both of them are probably on the outside looking in right now. And I think if
I don't know. Tomoki's really making a case for himself this
he
season.
is, he is,
He's
he
rewriting
is,
history.
he is. I think he's going to need more than a 237 though, which
Mm-hmm.
is what he's been scoring. Not that Andrew Torgashev has been doing more than that, or Maxim Naumov have been doing more than that, or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that. Right? So I think it partially it's sort of like how do you distinguish yourself a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more, especially given Tomoki has had a more like a wilder last couple of seasons in terms of
Mm-hmm.
consistency. I think he needs to really kind of show it off early this season, and
Mm-hmm.
this is a great chance for it. He's he's up against Sanchez, who he can beat,
Mm-hmm.
and Jacob Sanchez has been the decent short program, not so great free skate, right? And if
Yeah.
he puts his head together on that one, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah. I was thinking Olympic strategy. I know that they probably are going to let Ilya decide which programs he wants to do in the team event. But the last couple Olympics, they've split the men. They've had their stronger man do the short program and then someone else do the free skate. Let's just say that that's the tentative plan. You've got to think US figure skating is planning Ilya for the short, Jason for the free. So the third man you need to be a backup for the free skate because there's no way Ilya's not doing that short program. What if Jason can't do it? What if he gets sick? Anything. So you need a good free skate skater. And I feel like that's a big issue for Jacob if he's really defined himself as a short program skater. He needs to put some good free skates out. I think
Yeah,
looking toward that. I know they have
totally.
criteria they're going to be looking at, but that's something that's not going to be in his favor when it comes down to it. If
Yeah,
it's a tight decision.
yeah. But I just want to say, like, Jacob Sanchez, however he does this season,
Mm-hmm.
he is one of my favorite skaters
Oh,
of
me
this
too. He's so
of
good.
this like new generation.
Yeah.
He's got a couple quads in the works, but haven't done him yet, and so it's just a question of where that goes. So that's all of those. I think let's just like go through every one of these. I think the other one that actually the other two that I want to talk about, Jinwan Cha had a
Mm-hmm.
very strong start to the season. Then he had boot problems and we had to
Yeah.
withdraw from the last competition that he was in.
Mm-hmm.
And so once again, Jinwan Cha comes in being like question mark because
Mm-hmm.
at his best
He
he
could
can
win
win
this
this thing,
competition. Yeah.
but is
I
he at
just,
his best?
yeah. I want him to be healthy and strong for Milan and whatever is necessary to make that happen, you know. So I hope he's got through whatever was dogging him at his last event. And it's just concerning.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see his programs again, especially that beautiful short program. So,
yeah.
mhm.
And then Dennis Vasilios.
I think we forgot one Italian man.
Oh no,
I think.
I haven't finished. I haven't
Oh,
finished yet.
okay. Okay.
We're still going. I mean,
Okay.
this preview is going to take way too long. The
Yeah.
Dennis Vasiliev's going coachless this week.
Yeah. I
It's
know.
going to happen.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what's yeah. Stefan is not working with him anymore. So, um,
We Michelle and I are just both looking at each other, being like, not really sure what else to
yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think it's a question of also like of all the things that have been going on between the stuff with the Latvian Figure Skating Federation and the decision to not have a coach, at least so far this season, like how much of that has been a distraction for his training? Is how
Mm-hmm.
prepared is he? We haven't seen him yet this season, so
Mm-hmm.
that's there are just so many question marks for these skaters, right? Boyan
Yeah.
Jin has a question mark, Shinwan Cha has a question mark, Vasilievs has a question mark, Daniel Grassel will have a question mark, and
On his glove.
on his glove, that is true. Um, and his fate is generally always decided by the strictness of the panel, and I think he's been up and down too. Like the Italian men we talked about this
Mm-hmm.
during the Challenger series. The Italian men, when we thought we got it figured out, we didn't, and
Yeah.
this is just the beginning of the figuring out. So uh, you know he's made two of the last four Grand Prix finals,
Mm-hmm.
lest we forget.
Yeah.
Uh,
And it wasn't even competing the other seasons. So,
so where does that like it? I have no idea how this competition is
mm-hmm.
gonna go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, we're just gonna wrap up the men and put a bow on it, and we'll open Pandora's box later on this week. Pairs. Let's go to pairs.
Oh, this pairs event is so good.
It
This
is
is like
so good.
an Olympic field. It's crazy how deep this is.
There is not one pair in here where you're like, they're definitely not going to be finishing in the top five or whatever. Like
Yeah.
you just like every single one of these pairs could end up in the top
Mm-hmm.
half of
Mm-hmm.
the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have Chinese nationals, Italian nationals,
Yep.
and yeah,
I
some
mean,
other really strong entries.
it's also Georgian nationals because
Yeah.
they're just competing against themselves.
Yeah. So this is our first look at Sway and Han, the post Olympic
It's happening.
Sway and Han. I don't know what they've been up to the last couple of years, but I'm
They
really
haven't
excited
been
to see them.
skating. I mean, well,
Yeah.
when Jing has been skating, I know
Yeah.
for a fact Song Han has not been skating. Like I
Yeah.
saw him last year, and
Uh-huh.
I talked to him at Worlds,
Uh-huh.
and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not skating."
And then the Chinese Fed was like, "Get your skates on. You're gonna skate."
Or when Jing was like, "Get your
Yeah.
skates on, you're gonna skate."
Yeah.
One of these.
She
one of
dragged
these.
him out of the house,
Totally.
kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Zhang and Huang are
Yeah.
going to be here, and this is their first step of their Olympic qualification. And Zhang and Huang were great at the qualifier, so I'm really interested to see how they compete. And yeah, we'll see.
My thought here is that I don't think Sui and Han are ready yet.
Yeah, but I think they'll still be good. I think they'll still probably medal. I think they'll probably have issues with their side by sides, and maybe they'll lose a lift or two in the free skate. But other
Yep.
than that, I know Wendig's going to nail those landings on her throws.
I think it is the two biggest issues will be the side by sides, like you said,
Hmm.
and the conditioning.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
we will see in the short program how their conditioning is, and then how how that translates to their free skate.
Hmm.
And I just don't believe with the amount of training that Song Han has had
Hmm.
so far that he's there. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. Hopefully he will prove me wrong. But I think I think Zhang and Huang win this one by a few
Win the
points.
matchup,
The
but not
matchup,
the
yeah, yeah,
yeah
yeah. Not
yeah.
the competition, but the matchup by a few points, and then yeah, Michelle's like, no,
No, I technically maybe, but they're not going to do it on components.
no, for sure, agreed,
Mm-mm.
agreed.
Yeah,
So
but I
that's the Chinese pairs.
I think the Georgians are going to win this competition. Actually.
I think I would agree with you on that one. I
Hmm.
think it will be between Metelkina, Barulova,
Hmm.
and Conti Machi. Like that's
Hmm.
the matchup of the
Hmm.
week.
Hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. We have the three Italian pairs that are really vying for the two Olympic spots, all
Mm-hmm.
competing here:
Mm-hmm.
Picard Guarise and Ghilardi Ambrosini. And the last time those two teams matched up, Ghilardi Ambrosini came out on top. So that's interesting. Ghilardi Ambrosini, like, they're great expressive skaters, but have side by side jump issues. And I usually attempt less difficult content because of their limitations there to begin with. So for them to out the gate be beating Bakar Guarise is great for them. But yeah, we'll see. We'll test it on the Grand Prix.
I think they do it again. To be
Yeah,
honest, I just don't think, but
yeah.
Goris have like rediscovered their consistency.
I think Guarise is in the Sunghan boat where he's not quite ready yet,
Mm.
back in shape, and he just had a baby, or his wife did, so he wants to be at home, and who knows how much he's training. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the last two, I love that we're talking about all of them. Hake
Mm.
Kunkel, Robert Kunkel had this like freak
Oh my
accident
God.
over the
Yeah.
summer. Not even over the summer. It was like almost the
It's like
start
a
of
week
like
ago.
preseason,
Yeah.
where I think it was some kind of catch of the
Hmm.
blade element that they were doing, and he just basically like sliced his finger. Oh, he like
Almost
sliced
sliced
his
it
finger.
off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was like down to the tendon or something,
Yeah.
and like, oh gosh. Um, I messaged him about it, and he was like, "I don't know how I'm skating right now." Like
Oh man.
the fact that he has been able to recover so quickly, I
Yeah.
think was surprising to even both of
German
them.
medicine.
Yeah.
A German
Uh,
hand surgery.
yeah.
Remember Emily Samuelson when she had her incident at, I think they were in Oberstdorf. It was like they were like down the street from like one of the best hand surgery clinics in the country. So, I'm sure they took good care of him. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a team that won Skate America a couple years ago. It's like
That's a
we
team
don't
who was
even.
fifth
Yeah,
at Worlds last year,
yeah.
right?
Were
Fifth?
they?
What, were they fifth?
Wow, I don't think they were that high. Were they? No,
They were fifth 2 years ago. Sorry. They were
2 years
fifth
ago.
2 years
Okay.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we know they can do good stuff.
yeah.
And then McBeath and Parkman going back to back on their Grand
Mm-hmm.
Prix. They've got to be tired.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully they can put out another solid skate and make a case for themselves for really at this point for the world team
Mm-hmm.
because Daniel Parkman is not getting his citizenship anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that is their goal, and that's very much within reach, especially because the U.S. has 3 spots at Worlds, and they have proven themselves to be
Mm-hmm.
definitely one of the top 3 so far
Mm-hmm.
for the U.S. Pairs. So much to potentially. I mean, the fact is that these Grand Prix every single week are just jam packed.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we ever saw this before. It just feels different this season. I don't know.
Yeah, there was always like the top echelon and then the lower echelon. And
Right.
I feel like especially like in pairs, it's like everybody's so good. But they've also reduced, have they always had eight? No, they've
It's
always
always
had
been
eight.
8. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
Mm,
just think that there's something about the spread of depth across
mm,
all 4 disciplines that we have been
mm-hmm,
seeing over the past few seasons that is now very much materializing on the Grand Prix, and it's
mm-hmm.
fun to watch. It's
Yeah.
also nerve-wracking for people who are you know who have their favorites to watch,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, what is my favorite
Yeah.
gonna do? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, women. The I don't
This
know
is
what to
this
do.
field is
I
wild.
don't know what to do to this one either.
Well,
There's
we have
a
two
lot.
updates on the women. Alyssa Liu is competing both of her programs from last season: Donna Summer Free Skate, Leve Promise short program. And we think she's probably going to keep the Leve short program again this year. That's what she told Leve at her concert in San Francisco. Um, don't know if this is going to be her new, like if she's going to keep doing the free skate all season or if this is just a placeholder while she works on Gaga. We'll see.
Or
Um,
or there's a theory on the internet.
mhm. Oh my God.
Lady Gaga is banned from mainland China.
Yeah. Yeah. She met with the Dalai Lama
Yeah,
like
and
years ago.
like she's banned from being streamed, and I think she's
No, I
banned
think
from
she's
being performed.
banned from performing, but people that they were saying on Twitter, they stream her music all the time in China.
Okay.
So maybe it's just like not on the internet, but just, I don't know. I wonder if they sell Lady Gaga CDs there. If they even make CDs in China anymore. They're like a little bit ahead of us.
Well, Alyssa could not have brought Lady Gaga into the country with her, so that was
Yeah.
part of it.
And then the other thing is that Hyan Lee announced that she is going back to her programs from 2024. So she's got her Notre Dame de Paris free skate, and then her short program is what was it?
Sirens.
Yes, Sirens. Yes. Well, those were very
Those
effective
were
programs for her.
they sure were.
You know, maybe the Misha G material was just not working out. So, yeah.
I this is where we've been talking about this for a
Mm-hmm.
while. This is where your brain starts playing tricks on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you have, you have if this were a regular non-Olympic season,
Mm-hmm.
most people would be like, we're just going to keep with these programs that like, and we're going to try
Yeah.
and make them grow. There's so much of this mid-season switcheroos of programs in the Olympic season that you just don't see it as much in the
Mm-hmm.
other seasons. And we famously remembered the La La Land program of Ashley Wagner that never made
Yeah.
its debut until she was like, "No, I can't do Moulin Rouge for an 18th season."
Yeah. Yeah.
And then by that time, it wasn't practiced enough,
Mm-hmm.
and it's still a great program. I mean, I went and watched and documented the entire
I
like
remember.
choreography of that
I
thing, and
remember
I
you
was
did
like,
the
"This
video
is
with Shay. Yeah.
such a great program," and then it was like, "Oh no, we're not doing it." Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's that kind of thing, right? Like your mind really plays tricks on you. You want to go
Mm-hmm.
into your comfort zone. You don't want to be doubting yourself in competitions, and that's what's happening right now with a lot of these
Mm-hmm.
skaters.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with
Yeah.
Alyssa Liu, her short program change had less to
That,
do with
yeah.
that and more to do with the
It was
fact that
a
there was a
murder of a child.
oh gosh,
That still, there's been no arrest for.
no,
I was getting nonstop videos about that on my TikTok feed for a while, and I haven't. I had to like look it up.
like
It's
what
just
is
kind of gone
happening?
quiet. You know,
We're not going to go into that, and
I could talk
that's
about that all day. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Lots of updates, but
yeah.
yeah.
The third update is Zhang Yi An is not going to be at
Yeah.
the competition. She
Nini.
withdrew, and that it was just way too late for a substitute. So we're going to have 11
Mhm.
women in the competition.
That, I
Um,
mean, I don't really think she was the front runner for the Olympics,
No.
but that's really going to hurt her. She's
No,
out of the
yeah.
mix.
Yeah, she's basically
Yeah.
out of the mix unless they make an exception for her in some
Mhm.
way. But yeah, I agree with you. I do think it was probably between Ru Yangzhang and Yi Zhu. And I think really more Ru Yangzhang being the
Mhm.
heavy favorite for it,
Mhm.
especially given how she skated at the qualifying competition.
Mhm.
And, she's got the difficulty, she's got the better consistency, she's, she's fresh and ready out of the gate. So,
Hmm.
um, Beverly Zhu she's looking better this season than she
Hmm.
has in the past.
I'm impressed she's still going. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe she's just like a wanted to get back at those people that bullied her in Beijing. Um, some redemption. Uh,
Yep.
I think Amber's going to win this competition easily.
For me, I think it is the top three are probably going to be between Amber, Alyssa, and Kubanova. Three A's for me. Um,
What about the R's, Jackie?
well, one of the R's, we're talking about Reno and Rinka.
And Riyang.
And who? Oh, and Ruyang.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Ruyang is
Oh.
ready for a Grand Prix medal quite
We
yet.
want I think Reno is ready for a Grand Prix medal.
Of all the R's,
Yeah,
I think it's
it's our
Reno.
girl.
Rinka has just been all over the place this
Yeah.
season. She does have a way of just turning it on for one
Hmm.
competition or another, so this could happen. Like at her best, she's definitely a
Hmm.
podium contender,
Hmm.
especially with her difficulty. But even outside the triple axel, her other jumps have not been consistent at all.
Hmm. Yeah.
Reno, same thing, right? It's the consistency of it all.
Kills me.
Can she hit a short program and set
Hmm.
herself up? And even this season, the free skates has been sort of up and down for her. I
Hmm.
mean, again, at her best, she's there. But I
Hmm.
just think if you just look at consistency, I would put Amber and Anastasia and Alyssa up there, and then
Hmm.
kind of the next in line would be Jia
Gia.
Shin
Yeah.
and Rito Matsuke.
I hope Gia, I feel like she was a little nervy in France, and I hope she gets more comfortable here and skates to her ability because she's a beautiful skater. And I hope she gets better components more in line with what she actually
Totally,
deserves here.
totally, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's two Grand Prix in a row, third
Hmm.
competition in a month.
Hmm.
So she, the fatigue factor probably wears in, how it comes in, but let's see how that goes. Anna
Uh,
Pizzetta,
yeah.
what were you gonna
Huge,
say?
huge jumps. I hope she finishes them. I was going to say about Alyssa, she's never won a Grand Prix medal.
I
That's her goal
know.
here. She's won two world medals, including a world title, no Grand Prix medal. And I was thinking, I remember Delaval and Schoenfelder, they won Europeans having never won a Grand Prix. But they had lots of Grand Prix medals. I mean, crazy.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know if
mean
that's ever been done before.
to be fair, Alyssa's only been in four Grand Prix competitions,
Okay, okay. Yeah,
which
that's
is
true.
also crazy to think
Yeah.
about. Like I feel like we've been watching her for like a decade, which we
Well,
have.
she started at senior nationals before she was even eligible for the JGP.
I
So,
mean, all correct. Everything is
yeah.
correct. And so, yeah, I mean, she won her first national title in 2019. It's like, oof.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, she has been nothing but spectacular on the Challenger Series. However,
Hmm.
like up until this season, she has won
Yeah.
every single Challenger Series competition. She was fourth at Challenger at Lombardia,
Hmm.
which the Lombardia field was pretty stacked.
Hmm.
And maybe it's a reversal of fortune now. It's
Hmm.
she's not going to medal in the Challenger, and now she's going to medal in the Grand Prix.
That'd be nice.
A lot to handle.
Yeah.
The one skater we haven't talked about is Hana Yoshida,
Hmm.
uh, who you know I love her skating. I love
Hmm.
that she steps outside of the norm of
Hmm.
Japanese skating and does different types of choreography, different types of things. This season has just been rough so far
Hmm.
for her. And this is a skater that has been to the last two Grand Prix finals, and I don't think she's going to crack the top six here this week.
Yeah. It's a rough year to have a rough season too.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah.
She's just like the jumps have abandoned her, the rotations have
Hmm.
abandoned her. It's like what's going on? And you know what? Look, we've seen the quote unquote pre-season, which is the
Hmm.
before the Grand Prix, and maybe everybody was just warming up and we're going to see something completely different
Yeah.
this week.
Be nice. Surprise us.
Okay, your favorite time, ice
Yay.
dance.
Ice dance. We get two French teams at this event. Aren't we lucky? We get Demougeot and Le Mercier and Lopareva and Brissot. Head to head. We saw them last at French Masters. No, they did it. They've both done challengers since then.
Yep.
But I'm excited to see them. They have a fun little rivalry going on this year, which we didn't really expect. But yeah, I'm excited to hear Blue in the rhythm dance because if I hear another Backstreet Boys song, like, oh my God, it's enough, please.
I mean, yeah, Blue, and then, leave it to Chalk and Bates to go Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah. I am wondering though, American Woman is a cover. That's a Guess Who song from like the 60s or 70s. Does that count?
I mean, it was a song that was re-released in the 90s. I mean,
I guess.
they're going to
I
do it.
guess.
If they're going to do the Lenny Kravitz version of it, which they are, then it makes a difference.
Well, I hope no one tells them otherwise because that's annoying. And they announced they're doing Westworld's a Westworld soundtrack cover of Paint It Black, which apparently has some flamenco in it. So that's going to be exciting to see. The bar was set quite high at the first Grand Prix event, so I think they need to throw down. We're ready for it.
And if you want to hear Michelle's thoughts about the first Grand Prix, go check out our archives on the Rocker Skating
Oh my
podcast
God.
because it's all there for you to listen to. But yeah, I mean this version of Painted Black will be interesting to like. I have not heard it. It is not the same one as the one that Miura Kihara are doing for their short program, and so I don't think anybody's done this one yet. Am I wrong?
I don't think so.
I don't think. Yeah. So it will be interesting to see. I think for me, it'll be interesting to see where their scores land relative to what happened last week with both Fournier, Beaudry, and Cicerone and Fear and Gibson, and how all of that sort of the sort of pecking order is starting to become more clear potentially, and who ends up being at the Grand Prix final to validate or invalidate that pecking order, all that sort of stuff. For the Americans, Green, Parsons, and Zingas Kolesnik are, they're there to, in a lot of
Face
ways,
off
face
for the third
off.
spot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really interesting the way that the matchups are scheduled on the Grand Prix among the American teams because these two face off and then they face off individually against the Shibutanis later on. And it feels like they're all duking it out for the third spot. Like they're ranking themselves with the way they compete. I mean, I think this is the first big head to head between the teams really in contention for that third Olympic spot. Green and Parsons had a bit of an interesting debut where they were really hosed on levels at was it Nepola? Their first event. It's all blur. It went by so fast since in the back. I think it was Nepola, and then rebounded in the free dance. They have a really cool free dance, and that scored well. They got on the podium. Zingas and Kolesnik were second at Kinoshita Cup, which we saw
That was a while ago.
a while ago. Yeah. And I was in LA and I was in LA for Oasis that weekend. So I watched the programs on my phone and when we recorded our podcast, I was like, I don't really know how I feel about them. But then when I came home, I watched them on my TV and I really like them. I really like their free dance. So I'm excited to see them again. I'm excited to see what changes they've made. And yeah, this should be interesting. And I'm also really interested to see if Green and Parsons made any changes to their rhythm dance based on the calls they got at Nepola, because I personally disagreed with those calls and I think that they should have got my finger in the air. I should put it down. I personally think that they should not, but we'll see. We'll see what they did.
I think they're going to stick with it. I mean, the fact of the matter is that twizzle sequence that stays on one foot, that's a distinguishing element for them.
Yeah.
Like it is so incredibly difficult to just keep that momentum going and get the torque
Mm-hmm.
that you need to go counter on
Mm-hmm.
those twizzles. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. I think they go stubborn and keep with it.
Yeah, I was so mad about them getting a level one. I asked Tanith like what was the explanation, and she said it was like because when they took their leg out, they counted it as like the other twizzle in the other direction, whereas they were still finishing the first twizzle,
Yeah.
and then like the second twizzle didn't count at all, and it's like, what are you supposed to do? You're not changing feet.
Well, it would be different if they had like taken a power pull
Mm-hmm.
before they switched positions on their legs, but they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
They literally just like kicked their leg out. Like there was
Mm-hmm.
nothing. It's not any different from those leg kicks that we used to see a lot
Mm-hmm.
with the was it back outside twizzles that people used to
Mm-hmm.
do. Like that's just a thing.
Excuse them for being aesthetically interesting.
I know. I know. We'll see where they end up, but I
Yeah.
I think it should be, and we've seen this before where it wasn't, should be a comfortable chalk and Bates win,
Mm-hmm.
and then it is then the battle of the Americans and the French.
And the Spanish. I think the Spanish team's going to be second. We haven't talked
What's
about them yet.
Wait a second? What Spanish
Smart and
team?
Deke are here.
They are.
Yeah.
I'm looking at. Thanks, Wikipedia. Jesus. Yes.
You didn't see that sad, sad picture that Olivia Smart posted of her dog with her little nose between the cushions of her couch watching her leave.
See, this is what happens. This is what happens when I try to be efficient and look at the Wikipedia
Mm.
entries instead of like the real entries.
Hmm.
Good Lord, Jackie.
Hmm.
All
Yeah,
right.
Smart and Deke and Dune Part 2 are here.
Okay. So it will be it will be a battle between the Americans, the French, and Smart Deke.
Mm-hmm.
And in that instance, I actually think Smart and Deke is the favorite for second.
Yeah, me too.
That's why I
Um,
haven't done my homework yet. Sorry,
it'll be
everybody.
so interesting to see who gets the bronze medal, though. I feel like there's four teams in contention for it.
Totally.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's a cool
Totally.
field. Yeah.
The pecking order begins.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then Hana Lim and Yiquan are here for Korea. I think they will they it's for them it's a matter of continuing to improve. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think it's not medal expectations here, but they have improved this season and I
Mm-hmm.
at the last few seasons, and I love watching them skate.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chinese nationals,
Yeah.
it's gonna be it's I can't see it anywhere except Wang and Lu getting
Mm-hmm.
the best of the other two teams.
Yeah. I hope that the judging is a little bit better than the last international ice dance event we saw in China because Wang and Lu were just so highly scored based on what they did. And I don't know, I don't want to be too critical, but I want to see some connection between what we see in competition and what we get in our protocols.
I do think there's something to be said about this field being a much deeper field than that
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's just a question of like how the judges will show up, and
Mm-hmm.
also and also how the skaters show up, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
Wang and Lu have been very good in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and they just haven't gotten back to that level yet, and
Yeah.
that's part of the issue.
Yeah. And I feel like that contrast is so obvious. And so seeing them scored as if they're skating the way they used to skate is just, it gives me pause.
Yeah. Wow. What won't give me pause? Actually, no. What will give me pause is the fact that we're going to be up in the middle of the night.
I
Uh,
was so smug when we recorded our last episode saying, oh, I can watch those dance events in the evening on West Coast time. I didn't realize this was
11:45.
in central China, Chongqing. So the dance event started at 11:45 p.m.
Doesn't matter. Chongqing is like China has one time zone.
Oh, well
One
then they're
one
just
time zone.
messing with me anyway. It's all later. Oh,
Yeah.
it does?
One huge country time zone. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
they must be having them at, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, the
Okay.
sunset. There's certainly the sun sets differently, right? When you're
Yeah.
in central China
Yeah.
versus if you're in eastern China. So, so yes, 11:45 for you, rhythm dance. Yeah, we will be starting. Well, I will be starting my coverage. Well, no, Michelle and I will be starting our
We'll
coverage
see.
at 2:45 Eastern on Friday morning, bright and early.
Oh my gosh.
And we talked about this before. Cup of China is one of those Grand Prix that goes bam, 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 and
Mhm.
does 4 events in a day and finishes in 2 days.
Mhm.
And so it is just going to be one right after another. 2:45 we start on Friday Eastern time, and we end at 10 a.m. So basically 7 hours of skating with a little bit of a pause between the men's and the women's short program, but it is, get ready
It's a
if you're
marathon.
staying up. It's a marathon. It's a sprint and a marathon.
Mhm.
I am going to stack up on instant ramen because it is
I don't know if I'm
important.
going to stay up all night for this, but I might get up early to watch the pairs event.
I mean, you should just stay up all night.
Oh my god. I am. I'm going to see Garbage in San Francisco on Friday. And so by the time I drive all the way home, it's usually about midnight. And that's around when the dance event is starting. So I'll just be wide awake and watch it. Yeah.
Michelle going to all these. I mean, you should be doing the '90s
Oh,
rhythm
yeah, I
dance with all
know.
these
Garbage
'90s.
would be so good.
Why is
Nobody
nobody
asked
skating at
me.
garbage?
Nobody asked me. Oh my gosh. It'd be great.
People should be skating at garbage. I agree.
Although I don't, a lot of Garbage songs, I don't know if they'd meet they're not that fast.
They are.
They're
Yes,
like
yeah, yeah,
intense,
yeah,
but
yeah.
they have this like slow, like
Yeah.
bass line that makes them so good. Uh, yeah.
Yeah. Why is
I know
nobody
my
skating?
mom was asking me while I'm going to all these concerts, and I'm like, it's not a choice. Like they scheduled them, so I have to go. It's like they scheduled it, so they're playing, so I have to go see them. It's like I'm not gonna not go see Rilo Kiley and Morrissey and Garbage when they're in town.
But why is nobody skating to Stupid Girl? That's
Oh
that's
God, it'd be
important.
so good. I'm
All
only
right.
happy when it rains. Special. Push it.
Special. Oh.
Mhm.
Okay, we're getting delirious here. There we have, we literally have something about 30 hours before the Cup of China starts. So let's rest up. And you better believe I will be recapping day one and day two after my delirious overnighter on Friday and Saturday. So
I
I might,
may or may not
I
join you.
might, I might even, I might even come on midway through because I need to stay awake. So, anyway, for Michelle Ellis, I'm Jackie Wong, Chief Skate Nerd of RockerSkating.com. We will be wide awake for all the happenings of Cup of China. I hope you have enjoyed our preview. This has been extra long for you, for everybody who needs more skating podcasts in their life. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.